I now call the second session of the 26th Annual Indiana Beta Convention to order. I would like to introduce the inspiration of the night, B.J. Burris.
Hello, Betas. Author Jane Austen once said, "It isn't what we say or think that defines us, but what we do." Why do people not always do what they say? There are many reasons, but the reason I'm going to discuss tonight is fear. Have you ever said, "I'm going to do this or that," but when the time comes, you're too afraid? For instance, giving an inspirational speech in front of all the outstanding betas from all over the great state of Indiana. Well, think about this. What if you could take fear off of the table? What if there was no option to back down or give up? Would you work harder? Or would you do everything you could to maximize your God-given gift? As betas, we are called to take the extra step. We are also called to put our ideas into action. I want to encourage you to be a person of your word. If you say you're going to do something, then do it. And now, I'd like to introduce you to someone whose actions truly speak louder than words. My dear friend and your Indiana Vice President, Cassidy Hatton.
Hi, my name is Cassidy Hatton. Hi, my name is Cassidy Hatton. Hi, my name is Cassidy Hatton. Big change, huh? The first two examples were pre-Beta Cassidy. And the second example was the more experienced vice president, or the more mature me. Before Beta, I was not a very good public speaker. I would have never thought that I'd be up here today talking in front of you all, nor the 5,000 people at Nationals this past summer. I was that too cool for school kid. I didn't do some things that I really wanted to because I was afraid of what people would think of me. I missed out on experiences that I now regret. Beta has taught me to be myself, and I have so many new friends because I came out of my comfort zone and started talking. I'm not going to lie, I felt so left out at school after I did. I felt like I didn't belong in any groups or any cliques. I didn't think I was athletic enough for the jocks or artsy enough for the art kids. Or I didn't think I was popular enough to sit with the popular kids. I remember telling my mom I wanted to go to a different school, so maybe there would be more kids that I might fit in with. I had to finally realize that I can't care about that. I have to just care about myself. Today I'm going to ask you a question. Have you ever been afraid to really be yourself and to do something that you would think would be fun no matter what anyone would think? Well, I'm here to tell you, who cares what people think? Who cares if you want to wear those striped socks or those mismatched high socks with shorts? Wear what makes you happy. If you want to read that golden book or play water polo, go for it. Stop worrying what people think about you. If you let those people stop you for just one moment, for just 1 second, think about all the awesome opportunities you would be missing out on. You could be missing out on a once-in-a-lifetime deal. Then you'd regret it just because Sally or Jonathan over there didn't think it was cool. Can I get even more real for a second? We're almost in college. That means we are almost adults. Some of us are going to be far away from our families and our friends. What are you going to do if you have to talk to the guidance counselor to drop or out of class? Or if you have to call the cable guy because the TV in your apartment went out? You can't always call mommy and daddy up and be like, "Yo, parents, can you come up here or down here to help me?" They aren't always going to want to help you solve your problems at 3 in the morning. You'll have to solve some of these issues yourself. All I'm trying to say is, sometimes we need to step out of our security blanket. We need to step out of the zone that makes us feel safe. We need to stop worrying about what people are saying and be yourself. Because if not, you're going to miss so much of this precious thing called life. Thank you. And now I would like to introduce a very special Beta alumni, Adam Lark.
You know, I was at the library the other day, surprisingly enough, and I was doing a little bit of reading when I came across an interesting little statistic. Did you know that from a DNA perspective, the difference between humans and monkeys is less than 2%? Think about that. Me, you, everyone else in this room is less than 2% different from a monkey. You may ask yourself, why, if we are so similar to monkeys, are the histories of our species so incredibly different? You see, because as insignificant as it may sound, that 2% makes all the difference. That 2% is what has allowed us humans over the ages to continually advance, to building skyscrapers, curing diseases, even walking on the moon. While monkeys, well, the last time I checked, monkeys are still just monkeying around like that. While this DNA comparison highlights just one particular example, the philosophy that small differences can lead to extremely different results can be found in almost every aspect of our lives and of our world. You see, whether it be a sports team, academics, personal fitness, or even relationships, success almost is always found in those that are willing to give that extra 2%. You see, in life, almost everyone you meet, whether you're at work or in a group, gives that 98%. Almost everyone gives that bare minimum. Whether it be students in an English class writing the minimum words to fill out an English paper, or whether it be the basketball players on a team going to the mandatory practices and games. Everyone does that 98%. However, do you think it's the English student who writes just the minimum words that gets an A on a paper? Or do you think it's the basketball player who just goes to the mandatory practices that gets to start in the games? No, it's not. You see, take Michael Jordan, for instance. Michael Jordan, arguably one of the greatest basketball players in history, if not the greatest. You see, Michael Jordan wasn't always so great. In fact, there was a time in his life where he wasn't great at all. His freshman year of basketball, he was actually cut from his varsity team. You may ask yourselves, how does a 6-time NBA champion and a 5-time NBA most valuable player go from being cut from his freshman team to the star that we know today? Well, you see, Michael Jordan knew that to be great, he would have to do what no one else would do. He would have to give more than everyone else. So what did he do? Every single morning he would go in and practice basketball before school. Every single morning he was in there working, trying to get better. You see, while everyone else on his team went to the mandatory practices and went to the mandatory games, Michael Jordan did that and more. It's because of this we know him for the successes he is today. Well, I'm not saying if you get up every day, play a little basketball, go to the mandatory practices and games, you'll be an NBA All-Star. I mean, look at me. I'm 5'9". I don't have very good jumps. No matter how much I practice or no matter how much I work, I won't be an NBA All-Star. However, what I am saying is that by waking up every day with the mindset that you're going to give that extra little bit, that waking up every day knowing that you're going to give that 2% more than anyone else, you can be the most successful person you can possibly be. Another inspiration of mine, Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. You may know him as the big bald guy in the Fast and Furious movies. He said that success isn't overnight. It's when every day you get a little better than the day before. It adds up. You see, The Rock is a living testament to this. He had a dream whenever he was younger to be a professional football player. He worked, and in 1991, he had the opportunity to play for the University of Miami Hurricanes on their 1991 national championship team. However, after an injury left him sidelined, he was quickly replaced. Did The Rock give up? The Rock did not give up. The Rock went on to play for the Calgary Stampeders, a Canadian national football team, as a backup linebacker, where, after just 2 months, he was cut. Think about that. If you're The Rock and you have a dream to be a professional football player and you're cut from the team, do you quit? The Rock didn't quit. You see, The Rock decided he would keep working. While football might not be his path, he could keep working at other things in his life. So that's what he did. Every single day he went in with the mentality that he would give just a little more than everyone else. And now we know him as one of the greatest WWE wrestlers of all time. And not just wrestling. He also put that work ethic towards acting, where last year, surprisingly enough, he was the highest grossing actor in the world. You see, by giving that extra 2% day in and day out, he has went on to accomplish some pretty incredible things. While it may seem that I'm asking you a lot to give more, especially whenever so many of you are already so involved with school, with clubs, with work, you shouldn't worry. You see, every single student in this room right now is already giving that little bit more. By participating in activities like the Beta Club, you are giving that extra little bit and proving you are much more than average. Well, it definitely is a little bit of work. I know I had to work hard to keep my GPA above the minimum threshold. I knew I had to work to make sure I maintained those minimum volunteer hours. I can assure you the rewards are always worth the work. Think about today. If you all wouldn't have worked in school, what would you have been doing today? Sitting in class, probably playing on your phones, looking forward to lunch and study hall. Oh boy. Instead, you guys get the opportunity to come here around all these incredible people, do these incredible things. In fact, as soon as I'm done speaking, you guys get to see some pretty cool talent. And the cherry on top of the cake, I think it's cake, you get to go to the Beta Dance. Trust me, I remember how much fun they were. Do you really regret pushing yourself so that you could be here today? I know I didn't. So I challenge you all, go out there, find what is important to you and give that extra 2%. Not just tomorrow, not just next week, certainly not just next month. Whether it be through competitions and positions here within the Beta Club, on your sports teams, or in your work and your academics. Do it for yourselves. Do it because you want to be the very best person you can be. And do it to prove that you're more than just a monkey. Thank you all very much. I really appreciate it.
Thank you, Adam. That was very good. That was very inspirational. Now I would like to call Lagodi High School, Bar Reef High School, and Eastside High School side stage for a special talent.